Well, seems like I've been gone for a while. And I've been here most of the time. My voice hasn't been here, but let's see, catch up on what went on. I think just before I went silent, I think I told you all that I was be going to the eye doctors to have my eyes examined. I haven't been there in 2 years. And when I was there 2 years ago, they told me that I had a cataract in each eye, but it was kind of, and the doctor said, you can leave it a little while if you want to, and whatever. I'm not sure exactly what was said. And then, of course, I didn't go back the next year. You're supposed to go back when you're a diabetic every year and be checked for glaucoma is one thing. Go blind if you're a diabetic. So I went back, not the next year, but this year. And here's the name of the place. And they started out here in Fort Worth, I believe. I think this is correct. And now they have 5 facilities. And I'm guessing that they're all about the same, size, and I would think they would pretty much standardize it. And one hell of a place, and busy, but nice. I mean, everything was nice about it, and the way it was arranged, and the waiting rooms, and everything. On top of that, the people were super nice, and they were friendly, and they seemed happy. I remember I worked 30 years hospital security, and I worked with a lot of really nice people. I mean, really nice. These people, as far as I could tell, they all seemed really nice, really active. I mean, I felt like they really were concerned about me and, giving me good care. So I was there. As you know, if you've watched my videos, I finally got set up with a local transportation company here in Fort Worth by the government. I don't know if the city or the county pays for it. I think city. And they pick up people that have a disability, that needs, you have to actually have a doctor sign off and meet certain criteria. And Darlene, my ex-wife, she's been signed up with them for years. Now, it's more expensive than catching a bus, but it's not real expensive. I think it's, wait a minute. I think it's $4 for, there, and then when they bring you back $4 or something. I think that's it. That's not bad. And they come to your door to do that. These new headphones are kind of weird. It seems like, and gonna stop here while I get some Kleenex over here. I'm back. There's a whining or a hubbing coming at you. I'm sure you could hear it. Probably. Well, you can hear it better than I can, probably. Coming out of the $200 Dell refurbished computer, which has actually been working good for me. Anyway, so I went to the facility. I took the transmits. I think actually they've changed their name. And I went, and I knew, and Darlene told me that if you're in a doctor's visit, there's a possibility that, you may not be finished when they come to pick you up, and that in that case you can call them and they'll make arrangements to get you picked up. So I was there for quite a while. I was surprised how long. And they did a whole battery of, I mean, most of those, I guess, they did a couple years ago. The eye exams and all the whole bunch of different things. I probably nothing more new, I don't think. Everybody was just super nice. Then, let's see, okay, went through all the tests. Time went by, but it didn't seem like I was, there was one guy there next to me that got up and went back and said, he said, I've been waiting here an hour right here. They told me to wait. And the lady said, well, we'll get right with you, so they did. But it didn't seem like I waited very long, but it did, because there were so many different things that added up. And I realized what was going to happen. I was going to, the Mitt's vehicle would be coming by to pick me up, and I wouldn't be ready out there. And so I'd have to call them. And now, Darlene's been used them for years. And she's had some, some troubles, but she's never had a thing. But fairly recently, before I was authorized to use the service, she was using it, and I forget what it was, but they called for some reason. I answered the phone here, and or something came up. Anyway, I called their number, and I got disconnected. And I called back, and I got disconnected, and I called back, and then it went around and gave me some messages and disconnected or whatever. And Darlene said she never had that kind of a problem. Well, I had it. After going through everything there I went outside, and they were locking up the doors. And of course the lady said, now you can stay inside. And I said, no, I'll go outside. And so I went outside and tried to call the service to, have them pick me up. And I had that same problem that I had before with the phone hanging up, saying push such and such, and you get disconnected and all of this kind of stuff. And that's the kind of stuff I was having. I recognized it, And so anyway, I called Darlene at home and said, would you call Mitch for me? I'm getting disconnected. There's something wrong with their phones. And so she called. And finally I called her back, and she said, yeah, I've called 3 or 4 times. And it hangs up on me. It says push such and such a button, hangs up on me. In the past, when that happened, I told her, I said, I think it's end of a shift, and somebody is told to just, you push this button and push this button, and then things are switched over. So I said, I think it's something like that. So I had that, but so anyway, I was outside the doors. Oh, so I had my cell phone, so I was going to call Uber. And my cell phone just went crazy. I've talked about this before. The Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Hillary gave it to me, and it's a nice, powerful, but it's totally, I can't use it. And several people left comments about going into some settings, and that didn't help. But anyway, so I tried calling an Uber, but it would pop, I might get the screen and then something would pop up, do you want to I don't know. Do you want to know what the weather is? Or just shit popping up, popping up. It just kept popping up. And I've had that happen here. I go out to take a video of the moon, or well, I didn't do the space shuttle here, but it was another location where I went down to try them. Not well, I got it, but it didn't, just a little dot moving. But that's before I had this. So I was having trouble with the phone. And a real nice lady, and I'd seen her inside that worked there. She came out of this place, and she said, "Sir, are you having trouble?" And I said, "No, everything's okay." "Well, do you need transportation or whatever?" I said, "No, I'm taking care of that. That's I'm okay, And she said, I'll take you home or wherever you have to go." And I said, "No, it's okay." And then she left. And then the lady that came out next, right after her, was a lady that at the last there she filled out this all this paperwork with me sitting there and telling me and asking me what dates I wanted and all this kind of stuff. So that's her, I guess. Her and the other, and I'm not sure how many there are. The other, their surgery scheduling coordinator. So anyway, she came out, and then she did the same thing. "Are you okay?" Or I said, "Yeah." She said, "Do you need a ride?" I said, "No, I'm okay." And she asked me a couple more questions. I said, "Well, I'm just having some trouble with my cell phone." And she said, "There's my car. Get in it." And so I said, "No." She said, "Get in the car. It's messy, but get in the car." And then I got in the car and I told her where I lived. By the way, my eyes have been dilated. I couldn't see very well. So bad that she was using her cell phone, getting directions, and it was like 17 minutes from where, But I really appreciated her doing it. It was really nice of her. And so anyway, when I got about a block from here, then I could recognize a little store up there. I said, "Yeah, it's right down the street here." And so she dropped me off. But she was really nice. This place is really nice. Oh, okay. The doctor and the nurse that came in there before I went to the scheduling department. The doctor came in and the nurse came in, and the nurse said, "Oh, Jim has a YouTube site." I didn't recognize her, but I guess I saw her 2 years ago, I guess. But they all look the same, don't they? And the doctor, a female doctor, and I really like her. Just everything, she just seemed like everything was, explained and listened. She listened to me and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, she said, "Oh yeah, I know he has a YouTube site." And I think I said, "Well, have you been to it, doctor?" And she says, "Yes, I have. I go to it." I was shocked. But anyway, the doctor says, "Okay, well, you have two really bad." I didn't even know they used that word, about cataracts. I guess they do. I guess they probably can say, "Well, you have a small one," or "You have I don't know." But she said, "You have two really bad ones." Doesn't sound good. And so she asked a little bit about the date, and I wanted to put it off as long as I could. I mean, I went to a doctor this month. I don't want to go. Some people don't mind going to doctors. I think once a month is too much, but anyway, so um, they filled out this, and it's really. I mean, gave me the book, and there's instructions. Do not get this done before December 19th. Contact surgery. Okay, date, time. Scheduled for surgery. Okay, 2 surgeries. One January 4th, one January 11th. Do not drive or operate vehicles, do not drink alcoholic beverages, no heavy lifting, going home, blah, 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 blah. Then they talk about money, and the real nice lady, and the doctor too, said, there'll be about 20%. Well, that sounds like a lot when I'm, having trouble making it on the, but anyway, all kinds of, I have to see my regular doctor before, not for a big physical or anything, but just my regular doctor to make sure that I'm okay. So the doctor said, you're going to need some big time glasses. And then she said to the nurse, he'll need glasses for looking at his computer screen and for looking at small print and stuff like that. So I got a feeling I'm going to get to, have you ever seen somebody that has really big glasses and their eyes are bigger? Oh, yuck. Not that it matters. I mean, I'm 82, but. So anyway, whoops. I think I was having a little bit of trouble just before I left to go, but for about 2 days, I've had a terrible time with audio, so much so that I didn't make any videos. Let me listen and see if I can hear the... Okay, I don't hear it. Well, the only problem is I hear crickets 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, or something that sounds like crickets. And my hearing is bad, really bad. My eyes are bad. But I was pretty lucky. I'm 82 now, and the first thing I really was when I had my first pacemaker put in, so that was probably about 12 years ago, I think. So, I mean, that's lucky because, like when I was going for the first pacemaker or whatever, the nurse, as I went through the procedures, okay, well, let's see, how many operations have you had? None. No, I said, I haven't had any. Well, that's unusual. Somebody, haven't had, I said, well, I had my tonsils out when I was a kid. That doesn't count, Mr. Howard. I said, okay, well, I haven't had any. So I guess to be hit at 82 is, so. Anyway, this microphone, this headset is the V-Fine. That is one I've been using. So I'm going to see, well, right now this one's not working for me. I mean, it's not broke. It's something about the settings, so I think this is going to be okay, unless you, and please don't tell me, unless it's, of course I'll keep messing with with everything and probably mess it up. Oh, for this thing has been a pain in my butt ever since I got it, and I hate to say it. You know, my daughter gave it to me, and it was really nice of her to do it. It's the only way I'd ever get a, well, it wasn't you know, they sold for $1,000, but by the time, you know, she got it for me or gave it to me, you know, the price was down. But still, I mean, but you know, when I was there this last day and trying to make these calls, simple things, I don't think it was hacked, but I think that's the way it acts. Like, not that it's anytime I start to do something, it seems like, and I noticed it the other day, I go to make a call, and it jumps and wants me to install an app, wants me to, do I want such and such? Okay, you're doing this, do you want to do this, and whatever. And I think, so, I don't think it was hacked, but I think whoever gets this, I'm sending it back to my daughter because she has one, and her son, my grandson, he has, you know, they have identical ones. I think they may have the, I have the Note 9, I think they may have the Note 10. But I think my grandson for sure, maybe Hillary too, would see if that is the problem, and maybe they could go in there and stop that. Because I noticed today too, what was it? I wanted to transfer a file, a simple thing. Oh, I made a video on that to make for you because I was having trouble and I was going to put it, you know, out. And now it did let me make that video without being interrupted. But then when I started to, you know, go to transmit it, do whatever, I got all kinds of stuff popping up. Oh, and so bummer. Oh, I ordered a, oh, let me do, okay, let's do that. Let's go here, and I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to pull up this, and then I'm going to go to Amazon, then I'm going to go to orders, and this. Whoops. Yuck. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Okay, this, oh, the reason for this though is I went to a different monitor, and I went to two monitors, then I went to a single monitor, then I went to two monitors, and then I came back to a single monitor. And so I'm using this monitor, and it's nice, but it's got a bunch of pop-ups to it. It doesn't have anything to do with, okay, this is the Motorola Moto G Stylus 5G, the 2021 version. I purchased one back in, I think, 2021. It says I purchased one, wait a minute, in 2023. Oh, that was yesterday. Okay, this is, you know. Anyway, I purchased 3 of these Motorola's for me altogether, I believe, all stylus ones. And I could actually live without the stylus. And these models, like the 21 2021, 2022, and 2023 are almost identical, except on the 2021, when you put the stylus in the end, or you put the thing in the bottom of it, it has to go in a certain way. And on their new models, the 22 and the 23, it's like these other, it just goes in. And this is going to bug me a little bit, because I had this one before and I liked it. The reason I went away from it was which is the ones, Google that has I'm not sure that's true anymore. They're really good cameras in them, or I guess not the cameras, the lenses. So with Google Fi, by going to Google Fi, and if I bought one, then I could get a big discount on it, and that's what I did. And so this is it's new, not refurbished. It's $137. So I'll be getting that tomorrow morning. I checked and it does work with Mint. That's who I'm using now. Said it works. They went through where I went to explain different protocols or whatever. And then at the end of the little thing it says, but, Mint is 100% compatible with all of those. So, I just went with Verizon's, and the previous videos you've heard me talk about them. So I've only got 100 down now, but I can live with that. But they just offered me a deal, came in the mail today. If I use my cell phone through them, it's a nice little discount, but it's not much, and I'm using Mint now, and they're good. I used them before for quite a while in the past, until I went to Google Fi. Google Fi charged way too much. I use very little of my cell phone, so, and I think I explained everything to you also about I spent 2 days, all day, all night, because when I got the Verizon thing, I'd had Verizon about 3 months ago, hooked it up, 300 down, 20 up, great, but about every hour, sometimes twice an hour, and I did not discontinue my internet service, at that point. I kept the old one to make sure, and every day it would disconnect for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and that, Darlene's TV would go off and she'd holler, the TV's not working, and I'd be doing something and I never knew when it was going to do it. And they didn't seem to be able to fix it. But I didn't press it with them, and I just returned it to them. So 2 or 3 months later, now they were offering pretty good deals then. $60, I think it was. But if you have a disability or whatever, or a number of things, if you're on food stamps, the government will pay $30 to give you to make sure that everybody has internet capabilities, And Darlene gets food stamps. Not a lot, but she gets some. So it would have been 300, and it would have been a little bit over $30 instead of $60. And but so I discontinued that service. So about a week or so ago, the Verizon people came to this apartment complex and came to my door and come on in. And I signed up with them, and they asked me like how much I was getting, which I was paying for about $100 a month. That's all I got from Spectrum, I think it was. And I never, I was supposed to get like 1 gig down. I never got a gig down. Maybe once I did. But I would get, 300 easy, 400, 500 with that, but too much money. And so when these people came to the door, now I can't believe that they didn't know this, that because I think I mentioned 300, down. And, they signed me up and everything. And so then for a few days I got 300, and I was happy, and 20 up. And then all of a sudden it went to 100, and 10 up, 100 down and 10 up. So for 2 days I tried moving my hardware closer together, running a network, running a netting, cable, so they were hooked together with a cable instead of Wi-Fi. Nothing worked. And then if you read the videos or watch the things, you'll see I found out a day or two ago that before these salesmen came, like right before that, they dropped, or they raised the price. If you wanted 100, or if you want 300, they raised the price up. So for 2 days I was doing everything I could to, because I thought there was now it did occur to me, I thought back when that happened, I wonder if they I didn't think that they'd gone to, I thought I was locked in at 300. I thought, but maybe they have people who don't want 300, but they say, hey, for 4 days or something, you can see what 300 is like, and then you'll want to sign up. So I thought that happened, but I didn't know they had changed their price like that. So, but I'm still sticking with Sprint, and I'm still getting 100, and that'll be enough for me. Okay. 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 By the way, when I started having trouble with audio on this, which happened before, some of you might remember that, and back then, I think it was like a day or two, and I tried everything. I tried everything. And then finally, I was going through the setting, long, and I'd been through that list of settings before. And let's see, what am I going to do here? Since this is new, here we go, back to here. Forgot what I was going to say. Guess that's it. My voice is going. I think I have a number of things wrong with me. But when I go to a doctor, I kind of figure, okay, here's a problem. And I don't think it goes in very well, to tell them that you have a bunch of different problems. But pay no attention. Don't do that now. I'm not a doctor. I'm not smart. Not a nurse. Not a physical therapist or anything. So don't pay any attention to what I tell you to do. But so I think if you might let me know what you think. I'll check it though. And then that's what I was going to tell you. I think I've hooked up 3 or 4 different computers today to try to make them so I could, and it turns out I had forgotten that they were all Chrome. So I've got an HP Chrome one of those mini ones, and I've got one of the very small ones or whatever, mini, whatever they are. It's Chrome. And then something else up there. So I got too many Chromes. And I don't think you can see that, can you? Here we go. So I'll be taking these other computers and putting them away. I just need to really junk them, but I don't want to ship it to anybody. I don't want to sell it on eBay, anything like that. That doesn't look very impressive though, but that's the Razer camera, and that's HP Chromebox. The other 2 are kind of wacky. One just would disconnect, shut down. So one's a tablet. So let's see, here we go. God, I look horrible. Anyway, thank you very much. Oh, please click on some. I'm going to have to pay a bunch of money in December or whatever. So click on the things below and go buy something on Amazon. Buy a bunch of stuff. Thank you very much.